Hello guys and welcome back to Danganronpa. Previously, we finished investigating Chihiro's murder and now we're going into the class trial to find out who done it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Oh man, I just started the episode and I have to make that voice. Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. What's the point of assigning seats in a circular courtroom? Anyway, and so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly episode, a deadly series of deadly words, a deadly class trial. Alright, let's get into this. So I think we only learned one extra skill. Oh yeah, there we go. Focus gauge decreases more slowly. Okay, might be useful if I have to slow something down. Not gonna go through all the clues because that's just gonna take forever. Let's just jump into it. Trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Didn't we already go through this the last time?
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
You know, just in case you forgot what's at stake here.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Why are you participating? Aren't you supposed to be the judge? You're supposed to just sit there and listen to us. Anyway. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the final blow. Make your argument. Alright, we got one bullet.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
This should be easy enough.
It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
What? No.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
You actually checked her head. Damn, girl.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah, man. Same.
Yay! That's so creepy!
You know, I'm so tempted to just skip over Hifumi's lines whenever he talks.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Yeah, that's what he just said. But honestly, right, if it's been so, you know, the game is making it obvious that it's Genocide Jack, and it's just making me think that it isn't Genocide Jack. Does that make sense? Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. No. We have enough tutorial. God game. Stop it with the tutorial. I'll figure it out, maybe. Hopefully. I don't know.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
Alright, so if you guys are wondering how I figured that out, I was just thinking like, oh, it's pink. Maybe I can right-click it. And then I could right-click it, so, you know. I just kind of assumed. Anyway, let's keep going.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Ah? What?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Yeah, Hifumi.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. This one, right?
I got it!
Yep.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
But actually, it's not exactly the same, because the case file all showed scissors holding the bodies up, not rope.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
Yes, fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Wow. This guy doesn't beat around the bush. Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Boom.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
My ears, I hate you.
What?
I really should turn it down for myself, but I don't wanna.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
I like bloodophobia. That's gonna be my new word from now on.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I don't know, why don't you ask your crystal ball or something? It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Why didn't you just tell them? Oh, we are telling them. Oops. Alright, what word do we got? We got H and I. H and I? What do you mean H and I? Alright, so I guessed S, but that still doesn't tell me what word this is. I don't know the word. Schism? Z? Yeah. Schizo? Ah, schizo.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Look, I'm a psychology major. The only reason why I know that word is because of my major. How do you expect anyone else to just guess that out of thin air? The word schizo was not mentioned throughout this whole gameplay.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, you could have just used the word disorder so that normal people could guess it or something.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Oh my gosh, I am liking Byakuya for some reason. I like the way he moves stuff along.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
But still, he's kind of an ass. The one thing that shows Toko could have split personality, it has to do with her behavior. She feigned? Not necessarily. Her behavior changed.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Oh, whatever. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Yeah.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
You assign adjectives to your character's tones without their permission. I know it's not the same thing, but you get my point.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Yeah, she even lost her stutter and all.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Nani?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
Wait, not Nani, it's Doshite. Never mind.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
You actually talked to her?
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
She trusted you, man. That's kind of a... Well, it's a very Byakuya move, to be honest.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Rip.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
I don't know what you were expecting from him.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
And you didn't have to break your...
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Why am I even arguing for either of you? Either of you have issues.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
And you believed him.
That's the only reason I promised.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
Honestly, I don't think this is it. This is too fast.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
This is way too soon. There's gonna be a twist somewhere, I just know it.
I hate you.
Good for you, you're finally starting to get some character development.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. Oh, are we actually gonna get to talk to the other personality? You know, it doesn't work that way. You need some sort of trigger. But maybe Byakuya is enough of a trigger to do this. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Genocide Jill? What happened to Jack? What happened to your eyes? How did your tongue get that long? What?
What the heck?
Same.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Okay. The voice actress is really good. I'm not gonna lie.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, what do you think it is?
Toko, what happened to you?
Haven't you been listening?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Huh?
She's so intense.
That's kind of an understatement here.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
Who says that? Really? And how did you exactly kill people? Do you slice them with your tongue or something?
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
Oh, that's what she meant.
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Okay, now you're getting too deep for your personality, but whatever.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Okay, I think we get the metaphor now, thank you. Yeah, ha to you too. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. Korewa, this is beyond insane. Well, she is kind of beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What, you want to go up the hill? You want to fetch a pail of water?
What's up?
Oh, that's actually cute. Anyway, murderous fiend.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Hang on.
Just kidding!
Oh, I see. I told you there's gonna be a twist to this.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid!
Stay out of it. You're not involved.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
And what do you call yourself? You just trapped a bunch of students in a super school and started having them kill each other.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Okay, you had me at life is pain, but not at the last part.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Yeah.
Just kidding again!
Oh, shut it.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
But she just said she didn't do it.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
No, there's no motive.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
Ruined for who? Even if you guys know her secret, you know, that doesn't really change anything in the outside world, does it?
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
And yet she comes out when you call out to her. So, I'm not seeing your logic here, Byakuya.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
See? It's too easy. It's definitely not her.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this. Yeah, or else the trial will be really short. Make your argument. Status of the dead... Okay, status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Alright, so those are all the choices then. Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. Okay. I think I know which one to shoot.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Hang on, can you fast forward this? I'm actually curious. Oh, control key, never mind. Okay.
When you compare the modus operandi what more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
I skipped over it. Hang on, one more time.
The modus operandi matches completely.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Damn. Damn, girl. That's pretty harsh.
I murder with passion and conviction.
Yeah, exactly. Much as I hate to admit it.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
It's the scissors, isn't it?
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. This one.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
And knowing a bit of things about split personalities, they're very consistent usually. So If they have a way of doing things, they wouldn't deviate from it.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
You're just making me hungry now.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
It's actually pretty fun.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be hung up with string. That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. This one.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement!
I'm actually curious, where do you get the scissors? Who's your accomplice that makes all your scissors? Isn't he wondering, why do you need all these scissors for?
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
Damn, this is a good voice actor.
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? I like that.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac Nig. Oh yeah, it's so you.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
I like that.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They were all male. I think that was the last thing I noticed when I was the one looking through it.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Coming from you, you're a lolly girl too. A murderous, psychotic lolly girl, but you're also a lolly girl. Huh, let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was her lover. Nah.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, 32. Oh yeah, it's just highlighting the point that they were all male.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Alright, so Toko's fetish is getting dominated. And your fetish is literally murdering them. Man, I feel sorry for any guy you're gonna be dating.
The hell is wrong with you?
If that's even likely to happen.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
So killing them makes you... How does killing them satiate you or something?
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
Uh-huh.
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Adorable little man in Kiyotaka's voice.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Yeah, but you know, stop making me hungry.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Point.
Quiet, lolly car!
Ooh, get counter-wrecked.
Lowly? Cur?
Oh, you never heard that one on you before, huh?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Uh-huh. Even psycho killers have some logic.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
I don't know, if it was right there, it would be pretty easy to do so.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Oh, don't tempt her. She's gonna pull out her scissors in the next frame, won't she?
Any scissors?
Oh boy.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Maybe you'd want to stop biting your thumb. That looks like it kinda hurts.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Joke number 2.
Da-da-da-da!
Oh boy! I like this. She's going full on psycho.
She's fully equipped!
Yep.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
So what does Toko do when she shifts back to her personality? She just finds scissors all over her body or something?
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Damn. I think Byakuya has finally met his match. She's dissing us harder than Byakuya ever could.
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. I'm not ready for this decision. I don't know who to pick. Only you could have known, because you're the only one with the information and from the file, right?
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I'd put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
That's pretty creepy there, Toko.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I mean, Jill. I don't know what to call you now.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, it seems like you knew where the murder took place. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Yeah, that was pretty specific.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Wow, okay, that's the first time I see this game actually using the theme of classmates and the classroom. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. I don't think I can guess this anymore. Oh, you memorize. Okay. I see. You memorize an argument and then you throw it at another argument.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird, but he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Can I kill you?
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Okay, that's how
But
that
he was
works.
acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a...
No, that's wrong! I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
All right. Okay, I actually didn't see where that was going. Okay, I actually forgot. Monokuma never said who died. Huh.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
I mean, if your reasoning was any stronger, you wouldn't have been, contradicted.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him. Oh, that's how that's how business works. So he's probably just drawing on his training or something.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
You think?
There is more to it. Think about it.
Finally, Kyoko to the rescue.
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Alright, I still think this isn't the right logical line. Because if it's Byakuya, it'd still be too obvious.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Nice.
that's wrong.
Okay. I was thinking if I should copy a line or just stick with a bullet.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
How did no one else not notice that?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Sounds about right, but again, I don't think this is it. It's too simple. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
What?
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Yeah, we still have a whole bag of evidence we haven't used.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know it's kind of metagaming, but you know.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's something definitely off about what they said. The scene of the crime, because the posters were switched and so was the rug.
I got it!
There we go, nice.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Oh, I'm sorry, but maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Oh, come on, Byakuya. Just admit you're wrong.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
You've been totally wrong about Toko anyway, so you know, just shut your mouth.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
See, look at that bead of sweat. You know you're wrong.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? You bet you did. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder that took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room. I mean, which one do you want? The locker room poster or the carpet? I'll go with this one first.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
A picture of a big-boobed supermodel? Anyway.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Thank you for your input.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Oh, here comes the carpets?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Where is it? Here we go.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
How did you see it? Does Makoto just carry pictures of everything? Just like he was carrying Hiro's broken glass ball in his hands or something?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
And that wouldn't have been easy because exercise equipment is really heavy.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Alright, so these are things that I already kind of figured out at the start. So I wonder where this is gonna go.
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Oh my god. Please don't tell me Chihiro's actually a boy. I was memeing when I suggested that, but he might actually be a boy.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Or maybe it has something to do with the broken e-handbook?
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Same.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
What, with ESP? Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? One bullet, hopefully. Broken e-handbook, exactly.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
Huh, interesting.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Wait, so Yasuhiro knew about it?
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
When did Hiro find out about this? Or maybe he discovered it on his own as well.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
What an airhead.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Exactly.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
And let me guess, it blows up.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Oh my god, she's actually a dude.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Wow, you're jumping the gun. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it. Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
There we go, saving the day as usual.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
You can do that?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
We're going to recess, question mark.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Wow, you really know how to get into Monokuma's head, huh?
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Oh, okay.
Huh? For real?
For real.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
We shall. So where are we going? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... Okay, scene of the crime. What's here?
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
As much as I'd like to disagree, I think that's what Kyoko actually means in this case.
No way!
Oh, now you don't want to do it.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Let me guess, I'll have to do it myself.
Very well. I'll do it.
Oh, okay. That solves that problem.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
That makes no sense even in a sexist point of view.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
See? It makes more sense. Sakura's making more sense.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Can you just go back to BL?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Whoa. What's going on?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Is your power level going over 9,000 or something? Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Boom, I was correct. I didn't want to be correct, but apparently he is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? Why are you even here? Who created your character?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, she wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was... a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Everyone got catfished.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Too bad for you. Better luck next time.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave it there for now. I was actually debating on letting this video run to the class trials resolution, right? But that would have made this video over 2 hours long, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I decided to cut it here. Anyway, so if you're liking the video so far and would like to see the conclusion of the class trial, maybe consider liking and subscribing so that you can be notified when the next one goes up, most likely tomorrow. So yeah, this has been Caffeinified Gaming. See you in the next one, and stay safe, everyone.